Buonasera a tutti, siamo qua con JP Bimeni che tra poco si esibirà sul palco di Piazza XX Settembre e siamo qua per fare una chiacchierata in amicizia con una grande persona, un grande artista. First of all, you arrived yesterday. We had a short walk across the city center. How did you feel about the atmosphere of the festival?
As I told you when we came out of the car, I was like, it's amazing when you come out from one country to another one. The smell change, the atmosphere change, and something particular of the place. And walking around the little alleys, I've missed it.
Yeah. What about the music, the vibe?
The music in the evening, also to see the music coming back, and to see people playing in the little alley streets. After I can feel people have been inside the houses, yes. And the music suddenly filling the space. It's almost calling everyone, come out, there's life. Yeah. So it's beautiful,
Great.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Great. JP, you currently live in London, you're based in London, but you were born and raised in Burundi, in Africa. So how and when did you move to the UK?
Basically after being a victim in '93, being shot. So I got transferred to Nairobi, and from Nairobi I got, after hospital, I got a scholarship to come and study in the UK. I went to a boarding school in Wales, spent 2 years, did 1 extra year in Oxford, and after Oxford I went to uni 3 years. After 3 years I moved to London looking for work or see what to do. Before I know it, stuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was roughly what year?
I came from home. I left Africa or Nairobi, 95.
95. Yeah. And you arrived in London?
And after all going from 95, come to Wales, and then go to Oxford, and go to Lancashire for university.
Yes.
Coming to London and lived in London, 2001.
2001, yeah. Actually, I've read that you started making music in the early 2Ks. Yeah. So I was actually wondering, how did it happen? How did you approach music? What was your first approach to music?
I think I had this dream, I could see it, I want to go it, sometimes scared.
Wow.
You know, really scared of it. Because first, I am not musically trained.
Okay.
Because everything here in the West, everyone has been trained since they were little, and they know everything. I was like, oh my God, forget it, you know. And luckily, I started to play guitar in the bedroom. When I was still in Wales, I think it's from back home, I started being taught of our neighbors who are Congolese.
Yes.
One guy, we call him Kitantos. So they're like Congolese from Congo, played music in Bujumbura. So during the war, I didn't have school or anything. I used to go and watch them play. Wow. And the first time I saw play guitar, I said, I'd love to do that. It was just like tentative, but music was, I loved it for dance, choreograph, do this stuff, miming, thinking of Michael Jackson, whatever, you know, putting the shirts.
Moonwalking?
Moonwalk, we did all that. We did all the moon, and you know, socks up and all that. We did all of it. And but I also used to tease my mother. I used to tell her, you know, Mother, I am gonna go around the world. I am gonna tour the world. And she looked at me and was like, you're such a dreamer. Yeah. So I remember when I was playing in Hamburg and I saw the crowd, I was like, wow, it's amazing the power of the dream, visualization, yeah. And dreaming. Yeah. And somebody pinched me. I better wake up.
Was it yourself that pinched you?
I have to pinch myself sometimes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think this is the first concert you're actually doing after the lockdown. Yeah. Of course, we have heard, we know, we felt all the negative aspects, all the negative experiences of the lockdown. Mm-hmm. But of course, there are also some perhaps positive sides to it. Mm-hmm. So I was actually wondering, were you productive in a way or another during the lockdown? Did you get to write new songs or compose new music?
We did an album.
Okay.
We did a whole album.
A whole album, yeah.
It's something that we start working on from February. I went to visit my children in Grenada, and I started from there. Okay. Took my guitar, started writing from there. So during lockdown, I've been writing and exchanging, composing. So I think this week, the mastering and everything is done. So we're gonna start doing a campaign, and the whole thing come out end of January. But at the same time, during lockdown, I went inside a bit deeper.
Okay.
So I think.
Were you on your own?
Yeah. No, the 3 first months I was with my son.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was living in Grenada. He came just the night before they locked it down. And I haven't lived with him for a long time, like 2 years or 1 year now.
Mm-hmm.
So he came and stayed in the house, just me and him. And to connect
with your son.
Yeah, with my son was quite nice, you know.
With your offspring. And for him, for himself as well, with the roots. Beautiful.
So it was lovely to connect, but at the same time.
Did this, let's say, encounter influence the music or the lyrics that you came up with? Yeah.
No, I think writing about someone I know.
Yeah.
Because he's my son, you know.
It's too personal.
Yeah. I never. There is one song that I start writing back in 2003. It's not finished.
Okay.
And I think it's about him.
Oh, wow.
You know, I was in Scotland, a place called Edrishek, in the mountains, in the Highlands. And I remember sitting on this window in a lake, and I was playing, and it's called something about a stretch of blue water.
Okay.
And that song is not finished. I think it's about him, but still I don't force songs, I don't force anything. So it has to be natural, it's just to come and feel. And also I'm not scared to, someone say, oh, what about this? Change around. And if I go, oh, that's better. I'm flexible like that.
So sooner or later the song will come to you.
Will come.
Yeah,
no pressure.
We're waiting for that. I'm looking forward to that. About the songs, about the singing. Before we actually met, I've read a few interviews just to focus on who you are. And I've read a lot of comparisons to like famous singers like Otis Redding, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder. But every time I listen to you, to your music and to your voice, I hear a very peculiar, a very singular, a very original voice. Of course, when you probably started making music, you had some reference points. But when did you really feel that you were singing like J.P. Bimeni?
I still don't. I'm still looking at myself because this will be a second album in this genre of music, and I've been doing for a good 4 or 5 years with the comparison of Otis Redding, because I've been doing this a tribute band for 4 or 5 years. So I think somehow I learned something about the stage and the force, the sheer energy, and I loved it, and I still love it because I also did or still doing some rock music, and I love that sort of
the energy, the raw
energy, the rawness, and I'd love to eventually go back to Africa and do some local sort of rhythms and stuff. And I loved reggae. I started also reggae. I used to have dreadlocks to here and earrings and stuff like that.
Were they heavy? Were they heavy?
I had very long there, so for many years. So I always thought I could be Bob Marley, the next Bob Marley. But I think slowly, journeying is by curiosity. Also come from Africa. We don't think music as a pigeonholes and genre. That's what I found here.
It's just the rhythm.
Yeah, for me, I just feel if it just hit me and you find something, I get to love it. I'm not tribal. Too tribal. So
good. You mentioned something about Africa in the future. So what are your projects for the future?
My dream, let's say, I've been dreaming. I'm walking through dreams all the time.
Daydreaming.
Yeah. I see myself living in the countryside.
Okay.
Have my own place. Maybe I could turn into a festival place.
Wow.
Like a Glastonbury, but in the heart of Africa.
Wow. Where about?
In Burundi.
In Burundi, yeah.
So I can invite everyone I've ever met, to come there, right in the heart. Somehow I thought it would be nice to have all the indigenous music from all over the world in the heart of Africa, just to vibrate it again. And so I always see myself living there on this farm, and just come out when I come to tour.
Yeah.
Then I go back, get people, and also maybe do some project around helping youth, arts, sort of retreats for a spiritual or intellectual or something to change, a project or something. Just being there. That's sort of my visualization.
If you were about to, let's say, organize a festival in your country, would you like to perform there as well? Would you perform there?
I would just have to feel what's necessary.
Yeah. Would you bring the music back?
Oh yeah. I need to bring a lot of people from different places.
Yeah.
Like almost curating with a theme or some kind of something, you know. And now going to all kinds of festivals, I'm getting ideas, and it's like it's possible. So I can see it, I can feel it, so I can see the know-how, you know.
Yes.
And also
sure.
networking with people, you know. And that's actually been the journey, really.
Yeah.
Trying to connect. All this for me is connecting, and I feel like I need to take it there. And because I grew up in Burundi thinking that the world doesn't know us, they don't know anything about us. But when I go and learn about ourselves, I realize we're so rich, and our people have almost don't, you know. It's almost they don't sort of live with it and display it and. Because we always somehow we've turned into sort of hellish place. So I want to bring some light.
Yeah, bring the light and make it. Make it shine and make it make the world a better place from Burundi. Yeah.
That's it. You can see the same theme in the songs.
Yeah, beautiful. So I think we're actually done with this because you need to take a rest. We're all waiting for your concert in a few minutes. So thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you so much for coming to our festival, Pordenone Blues Festival. Thank you so much for bringing a piece of Burundi out of so many places that you are bringing back to Pordenone. So this is a privilege and a pleasure for us to have you here.
Likewise, it's always two-way streets. Two-way streets.
So thank you so much.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, people.
How do you say peace in Kirundi?
Amahoro.
Amahoro.
Amahoro. Gira amahoro. Have peace. Ciao a tutti gli amici. Pordenone Blues Festival.